Hello dear students, welcome to 4Pi Academy. I am your course instructor Milind Patwardhan. Now we are going to have our first lecture on this course Mathematical Physics, and this first lecture is on the topic of differential equations of first order and first degree. In this lecture we are going to cover the topics like variable separation method, then homogeneous differential equation and the linear differential equation. Now what is meant by a differential equation? This differential equation, the definition of a differential equation is an equation which involves the differential coefficient is called as a differential equation. This is a simple definition of a differential equation. So any equation which consists of a differential coefficient, such as say this is the equation which is dy by dx which is equal to 1 plus x square upon 1 minus y square. So this is a differential equation. So it has the differential coefficient. So that is dy by dx. So here this is a differential coefficient. So here this y is a function of x and this ddx is a differential coefficient. So this is a differential equation. This second example, that is d2y by dx square is equal to 2 times dy by dx minus 8y is equal to 0. This is also a differential equation of second order. We will see what is meant by an order in the coming slides. So this is a double differentiation. So the second derivative of y with respect to x. So since this is a second derivative, so its order is called as a 2. We'll see in the coming slides what is meant by order. So this is also a differential equation, this is also a differential equation, this is also a differential equation, this is also a differential equation. Now here you can see the difference. Here the operator is a d, while here the operator is a del. So this is a partial differential equation. We will see what is meant by partial differential equation also. But here the differential coefficient contains del. Here the differential coefficient contains the d. Now if I say, if I write this equation such as say x plus y is equal to say 3, can you say that this is a differential equation? Is it a differential equation or not? No, because what is the definition of a differential equation? An equation which involves differential coefficient is called as the differential equation. There is no differential coefficient in this equation and therefore this is not a differential equation. Then there are two types of differential equations. One is called as an ordinary differential equation and the second one is called as a partial differential equation. Now first we will see what is meant by an ordinary differential equation. Now we know that suppose this is a differential equation of the form, say for example dy by dx. This is our differential equation in which we know that this y is a function of x. So this y is a function of x where this x is a dependent variable. Sorry, this x is an independent variable. This x is called as independent variable, while this y is called as dependent variable. Is called as dependent variable. Why? Because here this x can have any value. This x can have any value, but this y will have only those values which are dependent on the value of x. So by changing the value of x, here y also changes and therefore the reason for this y being called as a dependent variable. Now if this function y contains only a single independent variable like this, which is shown in this example, if this y contains y is a function of only a single independent variable such as only x, then this differential equation, that is dy by dx, this differential equation is called as ordinary differential equation. So the definition of ordinary differential equation is a differential equation involving derivatives with respect to a single independent variable is called as ordinary differential equation. Now what is mean by partial differential equation? Now if this y is a function of more than one independent variables, like y is a function of x and t. So whenever there are more than one independent variable, like here there are two independent variables, that is x and t, then in this case this y, it depends on the change in value of x as well as it depends on the change in value of t, and therefore we write the partial differentiation for y as del y by del x as well as del y by del t, because the value of this y, it changes with respect to x as well as it also changes with respect to t. So this is called as the partial differential equation. Now in this lecture we are not going to discuss this partial differential equation, we are going to discuss the ordinary differential equation. Then the next is order and degree of differential equation. Now what is mean by the order of differential equation? The order of a differential equation is the order of the highest differential coefficient present in the equation. So it is very simple. Highest differential coefficient, whatever be the highest differential coefficient, then the order of that is called as order of differential equation. For example, these are the three differential equations. Now in this differential equation 1, this d2q by dt square, this is the highest differential coefficient. So here it is the second derivative of q with respect to t, and this is the highest differential coefficient, and therefore the order will be is of the order of highest differential coefficient. So here the order is 2. In next equation, here also the order is 2 because it is also the order of highest differential coefficient, and the highest differential coefficient is d2y by dx square. In equation 3, this is also dy by dx. This is first derivative. The second derivative is d2y by dx square, and therefore its order is 2. So the order of all the three equations is 2. This is clear. Now what is mean by the degree of a differential equation? The degree of a differential equation is the degree of highest derivative after removing the radical sign and the fraction. So this is the definition of degree of the differential equation. In simple words or in a definition or in other words, we can say that the algebraic power of the maximum differentiated term is called as a degree. So this is simple. So what is the maximum algebraic power? What is the maximum algebraic power of the maximum differentiated term? Now if you look at the first equation, so this d2q by dt square, this is the highest order derivative, and the maximum algebraic power is 1. Similarly, for this equation, the highest derivative is d2y by dx square, and its maximum algebraic power is 1. So don't get confused over here. This dy by dx whole thing square. So you may say that its degree is 2 as compared to 1. It is higher. So you may say that its degree is 2. But what is the definition? The definition is the degree of a differential equation is the degree of the highest derivative. So highest derivative is d2y by dx square, and its maximum algebraic power is 1. So here the degree is 1. Here for this equation is also degree is 1. Look at equation 3. So here also don't get confused. For dy by dx, this is first derivative, and you will see that here it is 1 plus dy by dx square, and then it is whole cube. So you may say that its degree is 6 or 3 or something like that. So this is not the correct one. Here look at the highest differential coefficient. So here it is d2y by dx square. This is the highest order differential coefficient, and its algebraic power is 2, and therefore for example 3, here the degree is 2. So here the degree is 2 for the equation 3. So this is the meaning of order and degree. Now this type of question earlier it is used to be asked in examination for NET and GATE exam, but nowadays there is hardly any question which is asked on this topic because it is too easy. So let us not go into much details of it. So let us look at the differential equations of first order and first degree. So we'll discuss the standard methods of solving the differential equation of the following types, that is equations solvable by separation of variables, then homogeneous equations, and linear equations of the first order. We are not going to discuss the exact differential equations, maybe in the next lecture. So whatever, whether it may be the equation solvable by separation of variables, or whether it is a homogeneous equation, or whether it is a linear equation of the first order, anything, the main concept is to separate the variables first, and then you have to integrate it, and then you have to solve it. So whatever be the type of equation, you have to first solve it by separation of variables. So what is mean by separation of variables? If there is a differential equation, and if that differential equation, given differential equation, can be written in the form like f of y dy is equal to phi of x dx, for that is, we say that the variables are separable when y on left hand side and x on the right hand side, then this is called as a variable separable form. Means simply what you have to do is there is you have to separate the variables of x with x, and you have to separate the variables of y with y. So and the usual practice is writing the variables of y on the left hand side and the variables of x on the right hand side. Now what is the working rule for solving this differential equation is, you can remember in simple 3 steps, that is separate the variables in this form, that is f of y dy is equal to phi of x dx. Then second step is you have to integrate both sides, so it is integration of f of y dy is equal to integration of phi of x dx, and then you have to simply add any arbitrary constant c on the right hand side. So now let us look at the problem based on this concept of variable separation method. So let us say that there is a differential equation which is dy by dx is equal to x into 2 log x plus 1 upon sin y plus y cos y. So let us separate the variables. So this sin y plus y cos y, this is the variable in terms of y. So let us take this variable on left hand side and let this dx on the right hand side. So separating the variables, we can write the form as sin y plus y cos y into dy. We take this to the left hand side, so it is sin y plus y cos y dy, and it is equal to this x into 2 log x plus 1 into dx. So this is the variable separation, variable separable form. So we have separated the variables of y on left hand side and the variables of x on the with x on the right hand side. Then the second step is you have to integrate the both sides of the equation. So integrating this, we get integration of sin y plus y cos y dy is equal to integration of this x into 2 log x plus 1 dx plus c. So that will be a simple integration. First we'll integrate this sin y with respect to dy, so that will be minus cos y, then plus here it is integration of y cos y dy, so we apply the rule, that is LIATE, in order to solve the integration by parts, where you know the terms, that is L for logarithmic, I for inverse, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, and E for exponential. So here by applying this rule, this trigonometric function comes next. So first there is a algebraic function. So here the first function is y. So first function is y into integration of second. So integration of cos y is sin y minus integration of derivative of first. So derivative of y with respect to dy is 1 into integration of second, that is sin y dy, and this should be equal to, now come to the right hand side, so it will be this, I can take this 2 outside this integration being constant, so it is 2 into integration of log of x into x dx. The reason for this is, again I need to apply the LIATE rule in order to solve this integration by parts. So the first variable first function will be the logarithmic function and the second will be the algebraic, and therefore this is my first function, and that is log x. Logarithmic function is my first and the second one is the algebraic function, so this x is my second function in order to solve this integration by parts. Then plus this x into 1, that is x dx plus c. So that will be, this term will remain as it is, that is minus cos y, plus this is y sin y, so this also remain as it is, previous term. Then this will be plus integration of sin y dy is cos y, and this should be equal to 2 times, in bracket we apply the LIATE rule. So solving this, we get first function, that is log x, into integration of second, so it will be x square by 2 minus integration of derivative of first, so derivative of log of x is 1 by x into integration of second, which is x square by 2 dx. Then this will be plus integration of this x dx is x square by 2 plus c. So that will be, now here this cos y plus cos y and minus cos y goes off, so we remain with only this y sin y, and it should be equal to 2 log x into x square by 2 minus integration of this this x goes off with this x, so it will be only integration of x dx plus x square by 2 plus c. So that will be y sin y, and it should be equal to 2 log x into x square by 2, then minus integration of this x dx is x square by 2 plus x square by 2 plus c. So this plus x square by 2 plus x minus x square by 2 will go off, and then finally we remain with the answer as y sin y is equal to x square log x plus c. So this is the answer. Then the next is a homogeneous differential equation. So a differential equation of the form which is dy by dx is equal to f of xy upon phi of xy is called as a homogeneous equation if each term of f of xy and phi of xy is of the same degree. That is, for example, if I have a differential equation such as dy by dx is equal to 3xy plus y square upon 3x square plus xy. Now look at here, this y has the degree 2, this x has degree 1, this y has degree 1, so their algebraic sum is 2. So the degree of this term is 2, the degree of this term is 2, the degree of this term is 2, the degree of this term is also 2. And therefore, if the degree is same for f of xy, so this 3xy plus y square, this is f of xy, and its degree is 2, divided by phi of xy, this phi of xy has also the degree which is 2, and therefore such equation is called as a homogeneous differential equation. Now in order to solve such homogeneous differential equation, there is a one substitution with the help of which we can solve such differential equation. So we make one substitution that we put y is equal to vx. So when we put y is equal to vx, then differentiating this we get dy by dx, that will be equal to dd x of v into x, and solving this we get first v into derivative of this x with respect to x is 1, so it is v plus second function, that is x, into derivative of first, that is dv by dx. So we make the substitution as y is equal to vx, and therefore for dy by dx we get the value as v plus x into dv by dx. So we are going to substitute for y as vx and for dy by dx as this. So the reduced equation, it involves v and x only. So this new differential equation can be solved by a variable separable method. So the working rule is put y is equal to vx, so that we get dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dy by dx. Then the next step is separate the variables, that is separate the variables of x with x and y with y. Then you have to integrate the both sides. And the fourth step is you have to put again this v is equal to y by x, and then you have to simplify for the final answer. Now let us take one example from the homogeneous equation. So solve this dy by dx is equal to y by x plus x sin y by x. So now let us put y is equal to vx, and therefore dy by dx is equal to v plus x into dv by dx. So instead of this dy by dx, now we are going to substitute this as v plus x into dv by dx instead of this dy by dx. So this will be equal to, now since y is equal to v into x, and therefore this y, for y if we substitute this as v into x, so this x from the numerator and denominator cancels off, so we remain only with v, then plus x into sine, again y is x into v divided by x, so x gets cancelled, so we remain with v. So this will be v plus x dv by dx, and it is equal to v plus x sine v. So now let us separate the variables. So here it is x into dv by dx, which is equal to this v minus v, it gets cancelled off, and therefore we remain with this x into dv by dx is equal to x into sine of v. So now that will be dv by dx is equal to sine of v, because this x also gets cancelled off, and now again separate the variables. So we bring this sine v on left hand side and this dx on the right hand side, so that will separate the variables. So that will be dv by sine v, and it is equal to dx. So now we have the variable separable form over here. So on the left hand side we have only the variables of y, and on the right hand side we have only the variables of x. Now the next step is you have to integrate it and add c, that is add constant to the right hand side. So the integration of this is 1 upon sine v is cosec v, and therefore I can write this as integration of this cosec v dv, because 1 upon sine v is cosec v, so it is integration of cosec v dv, and it should be equal to integration of dx plus c. So now you know that integration of cosec v dv is equal to log of tan v by 2. So this is log of tan v by 2, and it is equal to integration of this dx is x plus c. So this implies that log of tan, now the next final step is you have to substitute again this v as v as y by x. So for v you have to substitute y by x back, so that then we get log of tan. Instead of this v we put y by x, so it will be v, it will be log of tan into y upon 2x, and that is equal to x plus c. So this is the final answer. We take one more problem on this homogeneous differential equation. So solve the following differential equation, which is 2xy plus x square dy by dx, and it is equal to 3y square plus 2xy. So now look at here, this here the degree is 2, here x has degree 1, y has degree 1, so algebraic sum is 2. So it is this side has a degree which is 2, here y square has degree 2, x has degree 1, y has degree 1, so this also has degree 2. So now let us write this equation as dy by dx. So we get dy by dx is equal to, this will be 3y square plus 2xy divided by this 2xy plus x square. Now the next step is you have to put y is equal to vx. So we get dy by dx is equal to ddx of vx, which is equal to v plus x into dv by dx. So instead of dy by dx we put this as v plus x into dv by dx. This is equal to 3y square. Now here we put the value of y as v into x. So that will be 3 times this y is v into x, so it will be v square x square plus 2 times x into y, which is v into x into this x, so that will be x square divided by 2 times, this is x into y, y is vx, so it is v into x square, so that will be 2x square v plus x square. So now we can take x square common, so we can write for x square into bracket 3v square plus 2v divided by x square into bracket 2v plus 1. So we can cancel out this x square. Then finally we can write this equation as x into dv by dx is equal to 3v square plus 2v upon 2v plus 1, and we transfer this v on right hand side, so this will be minus v. So that will be equal to 3v square plus 2v, then cross multiplying we get minus 2v square minus v divided by 2v plus 1. So that will be 3v square minus 2v, that is equal to v square plus 2v minus v, that is equal to v divided by 2v plus 1. So now we have to again separate the variables. So we write this equation as 2v plus 1 divided by v square plus 1 into dv is equal to 1 by x over dx. Then the next step is you have to integrate this equation. So now let us integrate this. So integration of 2v plus 1 divided by v square plus 1 over dv is equal to integration of 1 by x over dx. Now you remember here one formula, that is integration of f dash of x divided by f of x dx is always equal to log of f of x. So here this v square plus 1 is our f of x, and if you differentiate this f of x, then it will be f dash of x, and this f dash of x will be equal to 2 times v plus 1, and therefore this form is that is 2v plus 1 divided by v square plus 1 is of the form that is f dash of x divided by f of x, and therefore the integration of this term, that is integration of 2v plus 1 divided by v square plus 1 will be equal to log of f of x, which is log of v square plus v square plus, it should be 1, sorry, log of v square plus v square plus 1. No. Yes, it should be v over here. So this is v. Okay. So this is 2v plus 1. So this is the differentiation, and therefore it should be, yes, this is v square plus v. So this will be log of v square plus v is equal to log of x, because here the integration of 1 by x is log of x, and plus log of c. So we can write this equation as v square plus 1 is equal to x into c. Therefore we again substitute back the value of v as y by x, so it will be y square by x square plus v is again y by x, and it is equal to x into c. So that will be y square plus xy, and this is equal to x cube c. So this is the answer. So please make the correction in the first slide. Here by mistake I have written this value as v square plus v. Instead of that I have taken it as v square plus 1. So I have done the correction. Please note this. Then next is a linear differential equation. So what is mean by linear differential equation is that the dependent variable, it should not be in the form of a power. So that is the simple meaning of a linear differential equation. That is, if I have a differential equation such as dy by dx is equal to py is equal to q, then such differential equation is called as a linear differential equation. Or you simply remember that if it is of order, any order, but degree as 1, then it is called as a linear differential equation. If it is of higher degree, then it is called as a non-linear differential equation. So a differential equation of the form, that is dy by dx is equal to dy by dx plus py is equal to q. This is called as a linear differential equation, where this p and q, they are the functions of x but not of y, and or they may be constants. So in such case, multiply both sides of this equation 1 by e raised to power integration of p dx. So e raised to power integration of p dx into dy by dx plus py is equal to q into integration of q into e raised to power integration of p dx. Then the left hand side of this equation 2 is ddx into y into e raised to power integration of p dx. So the second equation becomes ddx of y into e raised to power integration of p dx is equal to q into e raised to power integration of p dx. So integrating both sides, we get y into e raised to power integration of p dx is equal to integration of q into e raised to power integration of p dx plus c. So this is the required solution. Note that e raised to power integration of p dx is called as the integrating factor, and the solution is y multiplied by integrating factor is equal to integration of q into integrating factor into dx plus c. So this is the form. You should remember this form for the solution. Out of this, e raised to power p into dx is always called as the integrating factor. So the solution of linear differential equation is y multiplied by integrating factor, and it is equal to integration of this q into integrating factor dx plus c. Let us look at one example, then you will have a clear idea. So the working rule is, first convert the given equation to the standard form of linear differential equation, which is dy by dx plus py is equal to q. Then you have to find the integrating factor, that is e raised to power integration of p dx, and then you have to write the solution. So you have to remember the form of the solution, and the form of the solution is y multiplied by integrating factor is equal to integration of q into integrating factor dx plus c. So let us look at one of the problem. So let x plus 1 dy by dx minus y is equal to e raised to power x into x plus 1 square. So let us find the solution of this differential equation. So first we bring in this differential equation to the form which is dy by dx plus py is equal to q. So dy by dx minus, let us divide this whole equation by x plus 1. So that will be dy by dx minus y upon x plus 1 is equal to e raised to power x. And if we divide this by x plus 1, so this will get cancelled, and this x plus 1 square divided by x plus 1, so we remain with only x plus 1. So now here this 1 upon this, you can consider this as minus 1 upon x plus 1 as p, because this is p into py, so this is y, and my p will be minus 1 upon x plus 1, so that will be my p, and this is my q, which is e raised to power x into 1 x plus 1. So first we will find the integrating factor. So integrating factor is e raised to power minus integration of p dx, and therefore my p is, here my p is equal to minus 1 upon x plus 1. So this minus integration of 1 by x plus 1 dx, and that will be equal to e raised to power minus log of x plus 1. So that will be equal to e raised to power log of x plus 1 raised to minus 1, and that is equal to 1 upon x plus 1. So now since we know the value of this p, so the final step is, first we have written the differential equation in this form, then we have find out what is the integrating factor by using this, and now the next form is the solution. So it is y into integrating factor. So now it is y multiplied by integrating factor, which is 1 upon x plus 1, and it should be equal to integration of q into integrating factor into dx. So now q is e raised to power x, this is my q, e raised to power x into x plus 1 into integrating factor, which is 1 upon x plus 1 dx, and it is equal to integration of, now this x plus 1 gets cancelled, so this will be equal to integration of e raised to power x dx. So we get the answer as y divided by x plus 1, and it is equal to integration of e raised to power x is e raised to power x plus c. So this is the answer. Now here I am going to give you the two problems for exercise, that is solve the following differential equation, that is dy by dx plus 1 by xy is equal to x cube minus 3, and the answer for this is xy is equal to x raised to 5 by 5 minus 3x square by 2 plus c. So you can pause this video over here and write down the question, and you can try on your own how to solve this differential equation. I have also given this answer, so you try to check whether your answer matches with the answer which is given. Then we are going to solve two problems from the CSIR NET examination. Let us look at the first problem that was asked in CSIR NET June 2013 examination, and the problem was the solution of a differential equation which is dx by dt is equal to x square with the initial condition that x0 is equal to 1 will blow up as t tends to, and these are the options, that is A, B, C and D. So now what is the meaning of this? When this x of 0 is equal to 1, it means that here when the value of this t is equal to 0, the value of this x will be equal to 1, and for which value of this t it will blow up. So that we have to find out. So let us solve this differential equation. So it is dx by dt is equal to x square. So here first we separate the variables. So that will be if I take this x square on the left hand side, then it will be 1 upon x square dx is equal to dt. So that is and then we have to integrate it. So it will be integration of 1 upon x square dx, and that is equal to integration of dt. So it implies that by solving this integration we get it as this is I can consider this as x raised to minus 2. So solving this we get integration of this x raised to minus 2, that will be x raised to minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. So that is the integration of this, and it is equal to integration of dt is t plus c. So that will be equal to this is nothing but it is minus 1 by x. So minus 1 by x is equal to t plus c. So since this is the condition which is given, that x of 0 is equal to 1, it implies that here if I put the value of t as 0, then the value of this x will be equal to 1. So here for this solution, that will be minus 1 divided by the value of this x will become equal to 1 for the value of t to be 0. So minus 1 by 1 is equal to 0 plus c. It implies that c is equal to minus 1. Now if I substitute this value of c as minus 1 in our solution, then it will be minus 1 upon x, and that will be equal to t minus 1. So it implies that this x is equal to 1 upon 1 minus t. So as t tends to 1, this x will blow up. So as this t will tend to 1, so 1 minus 1 will be 0, and if 1 minus 1 is 0, then it is 1 upon 0, that is infinity. So this x will blow up, and therefore this x will blow up for the value of t to be 1, and therefore the correct answer is A, that is 1. Then the next question, that is asked in CSIR NET December 2015 examination, and the question is the solution of the differential equation which is dx by dt is equal to 2 times root of 1 minus x square with the initial condition that x is equal to 0 at t is equal to 0 is, and here you have the options. So let us solve this. Now dx by dt is equal to 2 times root of 1 minus x square. So again we separate the variables. So we take this 2 times square root of 1 minus x square on the left hand side and dt on the right hand side. So it will be dx upon square root of 1 minus x square, and it is equal to 2 times dt. Now integrating it, we get finally the integration of this is equal to integration of 2 times dt plus c. So this is our next step, and integration of this is nothing but sine inverse of x for the left hand side, and on the right hand side it will be 2t plus c adding the arbitrary constant. So now our condition is x is equal to 0 at t is equal to 0. So since x is equal to 0 at t is equal to 0, and therefore c will be equal to 0, so the final solution will be x is equal to sine of 2t. Now x should not be greater than 1 at x is equal to 1. X should not be greater than 1 at x is equal to 1. So this because our condition is given as x is equal to 0 at t is equal to 0. So the maximum value of sine is sine theta is 1, and therefore this sine 2t should be equal to 1. So sine of pi by 2 should be equal to sine 2t, because sine pi by 2 is only 1. Therefore sine pi by 2 should be equal to sine 2t. It means that this t should be equal to pi by 4. So this t should be equal to pi by 4, and therefore the correct answer should be, this x should be equal to sine 2t. This is our solution. This x is equal to sine 2t. This is our solution, and the maximum value of this x should be 1 for the value of this t to be pi by 4, and therefore the correct answer is C. So so that's it. So here in this lecture, just we have a quick recap of what we have seen. So we have started with the differential equation, the basic definition of a differential equation, what is mean by differential equation. Then we have seen what is mean by ordinary differential equation and partial differential equation. Then we have seen what is mean by order and degree of a differential equation. Then we have seen how to solve the differential equation of first order and first degree by variable separation method, what is mean by homogeneous equation and how to solve it. Then linear differential equation. So we have solved one problem on variable separation method. Then we have seen what is mean by homogeneous differential equations and two problems on this homogeneous differential equation. Then we have seen what is the linear differential equation, what is the working rule of it, and we have solved one problem. I have given one problem for you as an exercise, and then we have solved two problems from CSIR NET, that is CSIR NET June 2013 and CSIR NET December 2015 examination. Thank you.